Let's kill the cognitive dissonance up front. London wins on opportunity density. Nobody's arguing that. But the arbitrage gap between London and what we're about to show you is routinely £300,000 to £400,000. That is not a rounding error. That is a life-altering sum of money sitting in a decision you haven't made yet. Stop paying for a lifestyle you can't afford in a city that doesn't need you. We're auditing 12 towns that are quietly and in some cases very deliberately paying skilled workers to relocate. Let's go. Number 1, Sunderland. Sunderland is a post-industrial city on the northeast coast that collapsed when the shipbuilding industry did. A ghost of what it used to be, in parts absolutely. But here is what nobody tells you. That collapse created a housing stock so oversupplied that you can buy a 3-bedroom home for around £145,000. Rent runs under £700 a month. Translation, sell your London flat, move here, and you might be mortgage free before you turn 45. The catch is real. Grey coastal weather that makes you question your life choices about 6 months a year. A slower job market that punishes anyone without remote income or a secured role. Picture yourself in Sunderland walking along Roker Beach on a Tuesday morning knowing your entire housing cost is less than what your London neighbours paid in service charges. The financial oasis isn't always glamorous, but your bank account won't care. Number 2, Hull. Hull is a former industrial port that had its moment as city of culture and is still riding that momentum. Median home price sits around £150,000 with waterfront flats coming in under £170,000. Real talk, you are buying potential here, not prestige. The rail links are limited and the wage ceiling is lower than you'd like. But picture yourself in Hull sitting by the marina doing the maths on your morning. Your entire property costs less than your former London neighbours paid in stamp duty. The deal is straightforward. The glamour is not. Number 3, Stoke-on-Trent. The ceramics industry collapsed. Cheap housing followed. That's the entire economic origin story of Stoke-on-Trent in 2 sentences. Median home prices around £160,000. Brownfield regeneration zones are pulling in investment and logistics employment is keeping the floor stable. Here is the thing. Stoke is boring enough to make your bank account genuinely happy. You'll be car dependent. The nightlife is patchy. Translation, you are living in a 3-bedroom semi with a garden for the same monthly outgoing as your old Zone 3 studio. And the cognitive dissonance of that will take approximately 6 weeks to fully process. Number 4, Middlesbrough. Median home prices at £140,000. Some terraces in certain postcodes coming in under £110,000. Heavy industry contraction created a housing surplus so significant that Tees Valley authorities started building incentive schemes just to attract business back. The discount is real. So is the reputation challenge. Some wards here have serious deprivation issues and you need to research postcode level data before you commit, not city averages. Translation, if you freed up £300,000 in equity from a London sale and invested it rather than handing it to a landlord for a decade, Middlesbrough just changed your retirement trajectory. Number 5, Blackpool seaside affordability at its most extreme. Median homes around £135,000, flats under £100,000 in certain areas. But here is what nobody tells you. Blackpool's housing is cheap because the local economy runs on tourism, volatility, seasonal work cycles, pockets of serious social deprivation. The promenade is beautiful and your housing costs just dropped by 60%. Real talk, this is a retirement cheat code or a remote worker's move, not a career pivot destination. Know what you're buying before you sign anything. Number 6, Liverpool. Liverpool is different from everything above it on this list. Median home prices around £200,000, strong rental yields, a genuine cultural revival underpinned by growing tech and creative sectors. Picture yourself in Liverpool with actual nightlife, actual music, actual football, and a property price still £300,000 below London's entry level. The catch here is velocity. Prices are rising fast and the cost of living arbitrage window is narrowing every quarter. If Liverpool is your play, the time pressure is legitimate. This isn't manufactured urgency, it's basic supply and demand. Number 7, Bradford. Bradford is in active urban renewal. Infrastructure upgrades, Regeneration discounts targeting first-time buyers. Median prices around £165,000. But here is the thing, neighbourhood quality varies so dramatically within Bradford's postcode boundaries that two streets can represent two completely different financial decisions. Do not buy in Bradford without postcode level crime data, school performance data, and ideally a physical visit in the rain. Translation: a Victorian terrace with a mortgage lower than your former London rent deposit instalment is available here. But you have to do the homework. Number 8. Sheffield. Sheffield is where the spreadsheet and the lifestyle actually align. Median home price around £220,000. University-driven stability. A tech sector with genuine traction. Direct access to the Peak District for anyone whose mental health requires actual open space rather than a postage stamp balcony. Picture yourself in Sheffield, morning run in the hills, afternoon remote work, evening in a pub that doesn't charge £15 for a pint, without 2008, £100 a month of rent pressure sitting on your chest. Prices are climbing here. It is not the gold standard of affordability it once was, but compared to London, it remains a legitimate financial oasis. Number 9. Swansea. The Welsh Government is not being subtle about wanting remote workers. Swansea comes in at around £210,000 median. Coastal quality of life, active incentives for relocators. But here is what nobody tells you: the corporate job market is thin. If you need a specific professional infrastructure, Swansea's slower pace will feel like palliative care for your career ambitions rather than a fresh start. Translation: if the point is peace, proximity to a beach, and a mortgage that doesn't make you sweat, Swansea delivers all three without apology. Number 10. Inverness. Scotland is actively countering depopulation, and Inverness is the beneficiary. Rural enterprise grants, development funding, median homes around £230,000. This is a mortgage £300,000 lighter than London. The Highlands will give you silent, snow-dusted mornings and scenery that no amount of rent money can buy you in Zone 2. The catch is unambiguous. You are a significant distance from any major city. The winters are long, the nightlife doesn't exist. Real talk, this is for people who have genuinely decided that serenity outranks convenience. If that's you, the deal here is almost unreasonably good. Number 11. Grimsby. Grimsby is the most honest town on this list. £130,000 homes, Freeport investment activity creating economic repositioning after the fishing industry collapse, maximum square footage, minimal glamour, no pretense. Here is the thing, Grimsby isn't asking you to love it, it's asking whether you'd rather build wealth quietly or compete for London bragging rights you can't actually afford. Translation: if your financial desperation has reached the stage where aesthetics are negotiable, Grimsby is boring enough to make your bank account exceptionally happy. Number 12. Derby is the spreadsheet-approved answer to everything. Median home prices around £210,000, aerospace and rail industries anchoring employment, engineering relocation packages actively on offer, 90 minutes on the direct train to London if you need to remember why you left. But here is what nobody tells you. The industry concentration in Derby creates a specific risk. If aerospace or rail contracts, the local economy feels it fast. Do not move somewhere stable without understanding what that stability depends on. Here is the thing about all of this. Some of these towns are cheap because they're rebuilding. Some are cheap because they're overlooked. A few are cheap because they're genuinely hard places to live. None of that changes the maths. The arbitrage gap is real. £300,000 to £400,000 is not a lifestyle preference. It's a financial instrument you're choosing not to use. Always secure income before you move. Visit in winter because summer lies. Research postcode level crime and school data, not city level averages. And do not romanticize the move any more than you should romanticize staying. Your bank account doesn't care about your postcode. Financial freedom shouldn't require a Zone 1 address. Subscribe because the escape hatch exists and someone should tell you where it is.